We have the Italian stallion and fan favorite receiver, Nico Ragaini, joining the show. Nico,
Let's go.
finally a welcome.
What up, boys? Happy to be
What
here.
up, G?
We've been waiting. This has been in the works for probably almost 10 months.
Forever, dude.
It's impossible. But I mean, let's just start it off. We'll get the people knowing you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few questions.
All right.
LeBron or MJ?
Let's go.
Best receiver from Connecticut, you or Vines?
This is a tough one. We're both from the 203, so we could share the title. If he was from the 860, I'd have to take it from him. We're both 203 guys, so we'll share it.
I like
Best
it.
athlete in Connecticut history, you, Vines, or Cap?
Ooh, me and Vines. No cap.
Oh,
Cap's 860.
damn, dude.
No cap. Who's the better TikToker, you or Coop?
Ooh. Coop's got some good TikToks. I'll give it to Coop.
You guys haven't been making too much content lately.
I know. I feel like we're too old for that now. We got to leave it to like the underclassmen of the team to do that stuff. So, 24.
Yeah, when I left the team, I felt like my other half had disappeared in the TikTok game.
It's messed up.
Just deleted it on the spot. And then better pizza, Chicago deep dish or New Haven thin crust?
Listen, we had Chicago deep dish this summer when we went to visit Beast before the Cubs game, I'm pretty sure. This shit isn't even pizza. It's like soup in like a giant bread bowl. It's disgusting. It's like a 3 out of 10 on the fitness scale. But New Haven, pizza capital of the world, as I'm sure you guys know.
I'm going to throw in a wild card because this isn't talked about enough. I think deep dish is third best because Detroit style is better than deep dish.
What is
that's
Detroit style?
You ever had like Jets pizza? You ever heard of that?
Jack's?
It's thick. It's Jets. It's like the thicker kind, but it's not deep dish. It's like an actual, like, here, I'll pull it up.
And it's like I don't want to say a loaf of bread, but it's the full cake.
In a square?
Yeah, rectangle. And they cut it into squares.
I'm giving you guys what you want.
It might be possible, but
definitely one.
And then they put the tomato sauce and the cheese on top of it, like, and it's like very thick.
That looks disgusting.
No, you don't understand, bro.
It's all right.
Wait, that's deep dish Detroit. That's not the actual Detroit.
Speaking of the Dave Portnoy scale, he tweeted at you.
He did. That was pretty cool. That was like the pinnacle of my existence right there.
Yeah. Was your phone just blowing up after that happened?
Yeah, well, he tweeted about Riley first because Riley like shit on New Haven pizza, and I was like, this fucking guy's tweeting about Riley. I was all like pissed about it. And then he tweeted saying whatever, at least this guy like knows what he's talking about, which I thought was pretty cool. Because
at least this kid isn't an idiot.
Yeah, like this guy Riley shitting on New Haven pizza and talking about his Casey's pizza. I was like, and he's stupid, man. Ridiculous.
We were so fired up when we saw those tweets. Like when they first tweeted at Riley, we were like, holy crap. And then they tweeted at Nico, and we all like went to those guys' house. We're like, hey, you see Twitter?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's it. And that was like right when NIL came out too.
Mm-hmm. I know. I tweeted back at him. I was like, let me be the freaking pizza guy for what's his pizza? I think it's One Bite.
We planned that. We planned that. We were like all together as a group, and we're like, okay, what do we say that is the best chance of getting an NIL deal with Portnoy?
Yeah, this dude did not respond to me.
Well, all right.
Maybe we'll see this. We'll stitch it.
I think you have to set up a pizza review next time you're in New Haven.
Uh-huh. My aunt came up with the idea that we should like do a pizza review of his pizza and like have Riley do it with me, and then we'll tag him in it, which I feel like he might have answered that, but we were just like too lazy and felt like it might be a little corny if we did it. So we didn't end up doing it.
I like it though.
I know. I kind of like it looking back at it now.
There's still time.
Mm.
I think what you got to do. If we get Michigan in the Big Ten title this year, you got to do like what Trent did when Trent got his job there. Just throw a bet on the line that you get an NIL deal if you beat Michigan and you do a pizza review with them.
That's a pretty good idea. Who's Trent?
He was an Iowa guy. He's one of the golf guys at Barstool now, but he bet him in. I think it was the game Keith hit the walk-off.
That if he beat them, that he has to get a NIL deal or a deal with them or work for them?
He got a job like right in New York at downtown office.
That's
if they beat him.
Dude,
Keith walks it off.
One of my friends one time, like, got a bunch of Starbucks coffees and walked into like Barstool headquarters and act like he was an intern, and they just let him get through. And he was like in Barstool. It was pretty funny. Like 5 years ago.
They probably just let him.
Yeah, they had no
clue.
clue.
Took videos and stuff.
Yeah. He like tweeted at them like a picture of him in their like thing with a bunch of coffees, like just acted like an intern and was walking to your headquarters or whatever.
I mean, at least they got some coffee off of
That's true. Yeah.
Was it the same friend who Ryan last week just shouted out for having the Connecticut bias?
Yeah, who is he talking about? Justin Quiche? Is that what he said?
Yep.
No, different guy. But yeah, Ryan's like friends with a bunch of my boys back home now, and they like talk shit about UConn basketball versus Marquette, all stuff like that.
So Nico, you're East Coast guy, Italian family, enormous family.
Squad.
And it's like it's a story every week, incredible stories. But like the amount they travel to see you for sixth year, your sister even it was either your sister or your dad commented, we need to set up a GoFundMe for this season.
It was either my dad or my aunt's kind of active on Twitter too. One of my dad's like half sister is 20 years younger than him, and she's only 7 years older than me. So we're like damn near siblings at this point. It's just a giant family. They like my dad probably missed one game this whole time because like my sister had COVID or something, so he couldn't fly. But then every time they're coming out here, all the away games, they like have a big tailgate right outside of Kinnick. And then I know like all these guys like going to because my dad goes hard and like specifically gets booze for like Ryan and Coop when I all come, which is funny. So it's cool seeing everyone get together and like root me on, which is pretty awesome. It's like inspiring, I guess. Just pushes me to like make me the best I could be, which is cool.
And it's like the Ragaini family name is so legendary in the tailgate fields that there was one guy in the tailgate field this year, and they said, or they recognized me from the pod, and he right away goes, "Where's the Ragaini tailgate?" But it's awesome. Like you guys are like a legendary family. What's it like coming back to the East Coast? I know Rutgers and Maryland, you always have a big turnout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Rutgers, we had like literally 89 people on the dot, which I thought was like a sign to maybe I'd have a good game. Little do I know I had 0 catches that game, but whatever. It's all right. We won. No big deal. Yeah, but like seeing all the people like tailgating out there was like cool, and all my friends like have been rooting for me ever since I was in high school. Like, so yeah, I'm pretty thankful. Another thing I think is pretty cool is, so my dad played college baseball at UConn, and like 2 of his boys from the baseball team like come to pretty much all of my games here. Like one of them lives in Des Moines. His name is AQ. I met him the summer before I ended up coming here. I came to a camp here. We met him like somewhere in Des Moines. I was like, this is the weirdest guy I've ever met. Like he was so weird. And then now he's like literally one of the best guys I know ever. And then another guy, I call him Uncle Jimmy. It's actually Justin Quiche's uncle. He's not even my uncle, just my dad's boy. He's been coming to every game. So it's just like seeing him with all his college boys is cool because I feel like that's how me and like Coop and Ryan and Spence, Riley, all those guys will be like when we have kids and stuff like that. That's what I hope for, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a blast coming back to watch you guys. What led into the decision to return? 6-year. There were a lot of transfers,
Yeah.
and obviously your name could have gone in the portal, but you decided to come back to Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, you see like guys like Chuck Sizzle freaking going to the portal and having otherworldly years, which like I always knew Chuck was capable of that. And then you're like, maybe the grass could be like green over there, but I don't know. Not to like Chuck went into the perfect scenario ever, like with his boy from high school and stuff like that, and David Bell leaving. I don't really know. I don't have like a friend from middle school that plays quarterback somewhere. So like I was trying to I literally took Charlie like literally made a blueprint of what to do, and I was like trying to map out how it would be like he did, but it just wasn't mapping up. And I mean, I love Iowa, so coming here for a 6-year isn't like something I'm not excited to. Like I'm super excited to be here every single day, and I believe in the coaches and I believe in the quarterbacks and the line and all the other receivers that will be able to turn this thing around. I think it'll be pretty cool if, everyone's shitting on Iowa and like saying we won't do shit this year, like, and our defense is going to stink and or the offense is going to stink. The defense will carry us, whatever. So I think it'll be cool to turn it around.
Definitely. Have you been throwing with Cade at all?
Yeah, we've been throwing a little bit. We just had our first day of skills and drills, which is like when we do 7-on-7 and stuff like that. The offense looked pretty good. Cade's definitely got like a little chip on his shoulder, which I think is cool, especially coming from Michigan, like all that stuff. So I feel like it's a little bit of all of our revenge tours going into this year, like Cade obviously with Michigan and us proving all the people wrong that think our offense won't be anything.
That's hype.
Yeah, it is pretty hype. Yeah, he's definitely a quality leader. Like when he shares stuff in the team meetings and stuff like that, like he knows what he's talking about, and he like carries himself in a certain sort of way, which is exciting to me.
It is cool. It is cool thing because like he's coming from a school where he got injured, got beat out by McCarthy.
Yeah.
And now he's at a school where the starting quarterback got injured.
Mm-hmm.
He's going up against a younger guy. He has a good opportunity to play.
Mm-hmm.
Step into a leadership role. Having been a leader is probably huge for the offense to push forward and definitely get people excited about what this year is going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I think is pretty cool is like Eric All coming here and Cade coming here. It's not like there are these two like slapdicks. Like these are two guys that were captains for freaking the University of Michigan transferring here and like hearing their wisdom and like hearing how they think about things and just stuff like that, seeing how they look at things when they're like the big dogs or like the Big Ten. And one thing Cade talked about was how they know that Iowa, let me try and word this correctly. It's going to be hard. They know that Iowa knows that like Michigan has all these 5-star guys, but Iowa's going to come in there and be like the tougher team and try and out-tough you, which is like one thing that they were always cautious of before playing us. And I was talking to Eric All during bowl prep because I was hurt and he came to like watch a practice. And he was like telling me he was like getting emotional watching our practices, which was pretty cool, and said that if you watched the Iowa practice and watched a Michigan practice, you would think that Iowa's like the undefeated team because of how hard we practice. And like the coaches always say, you train harder than everybody else, you practice harder than everybody else. But like, you're like, do you really believe that? Or like they're just like saying this just like hype you up. But like him saying that is like, I don't know, motivating. That's cool.
That's huge. That's sick.
It was pretty sick.
That's crazy. And you guys played both of them. They were both starters that Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, ran it up on us.
Yeah, does that come up at all?
Not really, actually. I haven't really thought about it.
Good.
Yeah, right. I mean, I would expect him to like bust my balls about it, but he hasn't at all. It's more of like like now we got you, so you're on our team now, right? Let's fucking do it in Michigan.
Yeah, definitely. How
Uh-huh.
weird was it? I know, like obviously you and Spence are super tight,
Mhm.
like great friends. How weird is it going from Spencer, who you've lived with?
Yeah.
He's cooked you meals. We got that story from Charlie when he came on.
Yeah.
And then now you're going to Cade for basically the first time with you being an upperclassman, a leader, a
Mhm.
essential part to the offense. How different is it?
Yeah. I mean, like you could tell both of them like prepare extremely well. Like Spencer's one of the smartest people that I know, like football wise and off the field as well. So just like one thing looking back, I always wish that me and Spence could have like won a Big Ten title together, which would have been cool because that's like my boy, obviously. But going forward this year, just I have 1 year left to get this done. So just putting all my eggs in this basket and like trying to get Cade to trust me as fast as I possibly can. So like just running the route exactly how he wants me to run the route. Because if you play football, you play receiver, you know, like the quarterback's never wrong. It's always the receiver's fault, pretty much. So I put that on my shoulders. Like I want that. I mean, so I'm gonna be the one receiver who runs every route exactly how Cade wants it to be, and every time he throws me the ball, I'm gonna make sure I catch the ball because when the season comes, I want to be the guy that he's trusting. So that starts now, just putting in the work, catching every ball, doing all the little things right, picking his brain, like knowing how he wants things done. Pretty much the same things I did with Spence. It was just real easy with Spence because we lived together for the past 5 years, and he wasn't shy, like telling me how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. How different is that? So, is Cade living off campus, or is he living with you guys now?
He lives like 10 minutes away. I told
Okay.
him, yeah, dude, he's a good kid though. It should be fun.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then also Tori returned too. I know you guys are buddies.
Yeah.
How crazy is it seeing like your good friends take off? Like, I mean, Coop's in Charleston,
Yeah.
Moss is training for the NFL. Like, is it just wild seeing everyone take a different life or different path in life right now, or what?
Before he answers this, I'll answer it for him in my part because like when I first moved down here, I was down here for probably a week and a half, maybe. And then him, Ryan, and Spence all came to visit me. So like, it really didn't feel like I was gone for that long.
Mm.
But since then, like now having to go to Iowa to visit them for like watching them play and like hanging out with them, knowing because like they have like their own agenda. So it's not like they can hang out with me the whole time. So it sucks. It fucking sucks because I miss these guys. I text these guys like every week.
Yeah.
And I always say, I'm like, I miss the hell out of you guys. And
Mm.
like, they're doing football and I'm working. It's like, damn, I wish I
Mhm.
was there. But
Yeah.
I'll let Nico on his experiences with it.
I wanted to get like lunch a couple of days ago, and I like looked through my phone to see who I could text to go get lunch with, and nobody was like here anymore. Like Moose was doing something, and Spencer was like on a date with his girlfriend or something like that. So it was just me. I was like, all my friends have left. All the guys I play football with in my class left. Like Sammy and all those girls, like they don't live here anymore. So it's really like just me, which is like nice a little bit selfishly because I have no like distractions anymore and I can like really just lock into myself, which I think is good for me. Leave out a little bit of booze in here and there because like what am I going to the bars for? Like hang out with a bunch of 18-year-olds, like it's whatever. So yeah.
Wait, so when you go to the bars now, are you able to tell like how young someone is? Because when we go back, it's like we're used to going out in the city
Mm,
where people are our age, and then
yeah,
you go back and you're like, wow, that's a freshman.
I know it's wild. Yeah, it's messed up, dude. Some guys around here call me Peepaw as a joke. It's like, all right, that shit's not. Oh shit. Let me turn the lights back on.
Because when I came back, I mean, like going to the bars was like how they let high schoolers in here. Like when you go back to the bars, it's like, and I'm sorry that I'm eating my steak right now. I have a very time crunch schedule tonight.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But
bro.
it's like you go to the bars and it's like half the kids look like they may be in 8th grade.
Well, you could get in. I remember in Iowa City, like you could hand them your debit card and they'd be like, "Yep." As long as it's sideways, you're in that bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get like Iowa City West kids.
And I'm like it's not like I'm a senior, right? So like if I'm a senior, then I'm like 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 4-year difference. Whatever, you can do that. But I'm like a 6-year senior. Like some of these guys on the team, I'm like 6 years older than. Like 24 to 18 is a big jump. It's like a huge jump. My youngest sister is 18 years old. There's a huge jump between us. Like it's weird. It's weird, man. People are like joking. I heard somebody in the locker room had cleats today from Terry Roberts, and they were like, these cleats could be 5 years old. That's how old he was. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm like,
tell him to chill out. Tell him to chill out. Terry T-Rob is still playing.
I know. It's just funny, man. Yeah.
Wait, question for you. So you said your sister's your sister, is she gonna be a freshman this upcoming year?
Yeah, she's gonna be a freshman next year. So I'm trying.
Is she coming to Iowa?
That's the goal. So I already got my middle sister here, which is like super cool. We hang out all the time. We actually started doing family dinner every Tuesday. So we'll be doing this after that. My dad wanted us to start doing that. So every Tuesday, like I steal a bunch of shit from whoever brings us food and just bring it over there. And like her sister's on the baseball team. They don't get fed like we get fed. So he's like eating what do you have? Like a Chop House, like Mexican burrito night. You know what I'm talking about, Coop? Come on, those are like the best nights. He was like in heaven eating it. They get like granola bars for dinner there. I'm like, come on.
It's gas. I mean, we do get spoiled with the food we get. And like,
yeah,
I really hate to say that, like we would, I mean, at least I took it for granted very much so. Like you're getting free food every night.
I know.
What was it? Black card?
No, this isn't black. Well, this isn't black card though. Like we would get catered meals in the facility every night for meetings.
Yeah. So like
and they were
Monday,
really
Tuesday,
good
Tuesday,
meals. Yeah.
We'll have
And
like we just started having Tin Roost come here. You know Tin Roost?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're bringing like buffet dinner to us like during the week, and then on Wednesdays and Fridays they put like $20 on our black card, and we like go get Chipotle or go get Estella's or Kanomi, just stuff like that. It's just I'm very grateful for it now. Like being here for 6 years, I definitely feel like I'm older and more mature to like realizing how lucky I am being here, which is wild.
Bro, yeah, it's
crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of like now I am trying to budget for like lunch and dinner. Like I was like a very picky eater. Still
I feel like you were going to like buy dinner every night and not
go buy dinner even when we had catered dinner. That's how bad it was.
Brat, fucking crying over the food.
Bro, like I would like I was very spoiled, and I act like a little spoiled brat. And I was not happy about that because now like I look back at it and it's like I didn't budget a thing. I'd go out and eat. I had free food I could have saved. I know guys on the team who got a scholarship. And when they got a scholarship, they graduated with $40,000 in their bank account.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it is saved. They'd eat food. They'd use the food that night and just use it for the week. And like now it's like, damn, dude. Like I really should have done that because now I still eat out, and I have like $20 in my bank account the night before I get paid.
Yeah, those dudes though, they must have had like no fun. Just bought no booze on the weekends though, saving all that money. What the hell are they doing on the weekends? Sitting in their room.
No, trust me. Here. Of course, you can bleep this out if you want. It was Sam Branks.
No way.
Yes, and Parker Hesse.
Dang. I mean, like I don't eat out that much. So where the hell is my money going? It's nuts.
What's going to shoes or clothes for you?
That's why we need the NIL deal for you, the pizza
We
man.
do. I actually have an NIL deal coming. It's supposed to get finished on March 1st with Marquee Pizza. I'm getting my own pizza. It's gonna I'm gonna get to name it and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty cool.
That's sweet. Wait, where's Marquee Pizza at?
Next to 30 Hop, the Italian place.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's elite.
What are the toppings going to be?
I haven't decided yet. But every time you buy pizza, $1 is gonna go to me, and then $1 will go to a charity that I pick.
Oh,
And
that's
then
awesome.
I'm trying to I'm thinking of setting up something Tori did, every kick counts, and then just add it onto that with the receivers. And then hopefully people bid on it and take the Iowa receiving core as a joke and bid a lot of money, and then we have a good year, and then they're stuck paying a shit ton of money. That's what I'm hoping for.
Wow.
I think it's smart.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's very smart.
Mm-hmm. It'll be
Now
cool.
Every receiving yard is $1.
Yeah. It wouldn't even be that much money last year. I had to pay fucking $20. Maybe bleep that part out.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, still the greatest. You had a good Purdue game. I was at that game.
That was a good game. We had to win that game, especially with Chuck Sizzle going there. We had no choice but to win that game.
That was so fun to watch.
Yeah,
You ran the same route every time, and they just you were open.
I know. I caught 3 drag balls for 70 yards that game. They just decided to leave me wide open. I wasn't mad about it. The last one, they popped me a little bit though.
Your touchdown, you basically caught at the line of scrimmage. There was no one.
It was just the Red Sea part. It just let me walk right in there. It was awesome.
So you have to walk us through the coolest catch of all time.
Oh yeah.
I text Nico this every time I watch this video. Every single time I watch it, I've texted him. I'm currently crying right now watching this.
Every single time.
That. I remember I forgot what I was doing, and I sat down. I saw a year ago today, and I looked at it. I'm like, no, and I watched it, and I was like, Nico, that was the greatest play I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Yeah,
with Gus Johnson on the call too.
No, made it even better.
So much better.
That was definitely the most, I don't know, special moment of my life. Obviously, but it was just number 2 versus number 3. We're down 17-3. They're kind of kicking our ass. Our defense steps up as they always do, shuts out Penn State. We have this play in our playbook that we've been practicing all week that we knew was going to be a touchdown. Me and Spencer were hyped for this play, but we just knew we had to get them in a specific call. And on every first down, on normal down and distance, so every time it was 1st and 10, Penn State either played, I forget what it was. It was either cover 4 or cover 3 or something like that. And it was 50-50, and we needed them to be in cover 4 for the play to work. And thankfully, they lined up in cover 4, and we ran the play, and I felt like the ball was floating up in the air for fucking ever, dude. I'm sitting there. It's in slow motion, like a movie damn near. And then I catch it, and these big-ass dudes from Penn State are about to hawk me down. I'm like, no way I'm getting hawked down on this big play. So I dove a little bit, even though the coaches here say don't ever dive in the end zone and stick the ball out because I'll kill you if you fumble it and it's a touchback. But thankfully we scored, and then the defense came out and shut them down again, and we won the game. It was pretty cool. Everybody swarmed the field. My family was up there.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. It was a sick moment.
You know what's sick? You just went right through into that tunnel in the corner.
Yeah.
Just chucked the ball on the ground.
Yeah. Another cool thing about that play is that was Keegan's coming out party, I feel where everybody realized this dude could really freaking play. Mm-hmm. And for that play to work, he had to run a post and take his guy out the play. And he said he never ran faster in his whole entire life. And you could see him on the film just cooking and their defense chasing after him. And then on the camera that's like up by my face, everyone's like coming up to me, like dapping me up and everything. And then Spencer comes up to me, and you could hear him like on the video say like, "I freaking love you, dude." Like in the video. It's just a cool moment that we share together.
Yeah, you're right. With Keegan, that game broke like 5, like he's halfway tackled, and then he goes for another 20 yards. And then that next drive was your play.
Mm-hmm. He caught a little hitch, and like, I swear he like didn't even realize how like explosive and like strong he was, because he like did the weirdest spin move ever and just like fucking blew by these people. Like he was a different kind of athlete. He was powerful. Like I'd never seen someone like move like with that much like strength behind him, I guess. I don't
His
know.
acceleration was insane. Like
It was.
when we do sled pulls and stuff like that, like he would blow people out of the water. And he didn't look that big. He was fucking strong.
Yeah. I remember, so he early enrolled here with Arlen, and they like at the end of right before spring break, we do like testing where people do like a 10-yard time thing and a 5-10-5. And Keegan did a 5-10-5 with his fundamentals like all sorts of wrong. Like he
Whack. They were bad.
Horrible how bad he did it. And his time was like way better than everybody's. Like he demolished me in it, and he like did it like his first time ever doing it. It was just impressive. I was like,
well, they were talking about him breaking Amir's, I think it was 10-yard dash when he was like the first month he was in there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nuts.
You know what's sweet about testing is every single time we did testing, me and Nico got last and second last in every vertical jump. It was broad jump.
Yeah, probably every other thing.
I was bad. Nico was bad at long jump, and I will say,
no, you probably beat me in both of them.
I beat him by like 0.1.
In which one?
I think broad. It was bad, dude. Like yours was bad. Yours was like bad. Mine was pretty bad. And then like there's everyone else.
Every time I see that tape out there when we're like doing warm-ups, like my whole demeanor changes. I'm like, great, it's time for me to just embarrass myself. And
dude, well, the worst, like in the warm-up too, when we do if we had like a broad jump that you knew you had broad, you see the tape, and you're like, okay, maybe it's not broad jump.
Yeah.
And then in the warm-ups, you do like a triple broad jump just to like get ready.
Yeah. We do triple broad jump to bound now. I'm like, let's keep the broad jump out of here. Keep those out. Let's run a route, something that matters.
Yeah.
Dude, they would do back broad jump shit.
They would do that, and then they had one where you would broad jump, stop, collect yourself, broad jump, stop, collect yourself, and then broad jump and see how far you can get. We had dudes in 3 jumps get 12 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I shit you not, I'd look over and me and Nico would be like perfectly even at like 7.
Yeah. Dude, the funny thing is now when we do that, like I forget who it was. I think Drew. Were you ever here for Drew? The strength guy?
Heitland?
Yeah. All right, my bad, dude.
I was there for 3 years with him.
I'm getting all this shit mixed up, dude.
Jeez, dude.
All right, anyway, dude, let's say I'm pretty sure it was Drew. He was leading our like warm-up thing. We're doing the triple broad jumps. And like he was just letting me do it. So I'm jumping, and like Vines and Cooper DeJean are next to me, like jumping through the like roof, right? They're actually like 5 on the first jump. I'm at like 3. I jump, I like see them, I like take like a giant step forward, like reset and jump. I would just do it every single time. So when we finished, we were like damn near even. It was funny. No one was really picking up on it except for him. It was good stuff though.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's a humbling experience.
Honestly, I think that betting odds would have probably had you 2 at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean,
we could go through the receiver roster. We'd be like, yeah, that lines up.
Yeah, but
it's a different thing.
Checks out. Dude, yeah, we do like what's it called?
We're the best route runners, though, Coop.
Hey,
Yeah,
We'll
speeds.
take that. Who cares
Speeds.
about the broad jump?
no one.
Nobody.
Like, what is a broad jump test?
Nothing.
Nothing. What is it? What is it? I mean, maybe like we were slot receivers.
Yeah. Check my over the shoulder catching.
I'm not trying to jump over a dude to catch a ball.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Where you're 2 feet shoulder width apart like this. Like, it's just stupid shit for a
You know
sure.
what we do, Forrest? I will send you this. I will send you this video because this is the only argument me and Nico ever had. In my opinion, I will gas Nico up here. I think Nico is the best route runner I've played with, probably ever.
That's pretty nice.
But
what is this argument? I don't remember this argument we've had.
not that. That wasn't. I was just gassing you up there.
Oh.
I needed to gas you up. I had to say that. Yeah, I love you. Come on.
I think you're the best I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
What a moment.
We used to do. We do. Actually, no. This damn it. This isn't even
Is this an argument, or is this our argument, or what are you even talking about
The
here?
argument was I used to be a better blocker than you when I was a freshman, sophomore, and then the last like 3 years you kicked my ass. It's not an argument, but we used to argue about this one video. I'll send it to you, Forster. We had this thing called, what's it called, Nate?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. When I busted my shoulder on you.
Oh.
Not blocks.
It's this stupid ass drill that we do here where two guys literally run like this, and then this guy has to stop and turn and just head on collision with each other.
You simulate being the front line on a kick return unit.
Something that me and Coop would never ever be.
No, bro, it's the hardest drill you ever do. It's some compete.
It's not a void zone compete. It's
combat zone.
Combat zone compete.
So, yeah, like it's you're simulating the front guy on a kick return. That guy's running. He can't see anything except for his line where he has to stop and turn around and get you. And the guy behind him is simulating the guy on the kickoff, and you're running as fast as you can. But instead of avoiding him, which you usually do in a game, they put you through the hardest situation, which is you just blow through the dude. So I am running as fast as I can, and Nico is the one running back to block me. And when I tell you I actually think this might have been the fastest I've ever looked on camera in my life. And Nico stuck me, but like I blew him back like 3 or 4 yards. I won the rep.
Yeah, he blew me back like 10 yards, but I didn't fall on my ass pretty much.
Nico, like in a real game situation, he did like probably the best you could have done because like no one doesn't matter how big you are. Like if you're running fast, you're gonna push that person back some yardage. But like he would have won that in a game because I couldn't get past him because he blocked me. But matter of fact, that started a series of events. I was supposed to be the receiver who did the receiver pass for that week. Like we had a jet around, and the receiver gets the ball and chucks it. I had the best arm in the receiver room. That's hands down. But it was always. Actually, Amir had a pretty good. He had a pretty good arm. But when Amir left, I had the best arm in the receiver room. I don't care what Cope says. Doesn't matter. I was supposed to throw it that day, and we had it mapped up for team period at the end of the day.
In practice.
This
was like conditioned pretty much for this play.
I was conditioned. I talked shit for literally 3 years to run this play.
Yeah.
And got the opportunity.
And then you chickened out.
I busted my shoulder on Nico on that play because I lowered my shoulder to knock him back. Literally couldn't lift my arm the whole practice. My right arm. We call it, and I'm like, I'm fucked. Like, I can't throw this ball.
Yeah, you saw
I get the jet around. First off, was not open. I would have to throw a dime, which I could have with a healthy shoulder. But I have Nick Neiman chasing me, and I fake throw it, run it, don't get a single yard. I hear Coop go, sorry, Coop, you're never doing that again. And that was the end of it. And I never got a chance to throw a pass in practice ever again. And that was like
passing the game last year or 2 years ago.
You did?
Against Minnesota, bro. I got hit so hard. This DM, bro, hit me like in the head. I like flipped over, and Padilla dropped it. I'm like, Padilla, are you kidding me, dude?
I do remember
Oh,
that.
Derek, get that ball. But it was roughing the passer anyway, so we got the 15 yards, so it was worth it. Like I got hit so hard I got up like laughing, like uncontrollably. It was one of those hits.
Here's a question for you.
Let's hear
What's the hardest hit you've ever taken in college?
it.
Like, what was like? I know my.
I already know exactly what it is.
Was
You
it
go first? You go first.
Was it Iowa or was it?
It was a game.
Okay, you go first.
All right. We played my redshirt freshman year. We played at Wisconsin when they had like those mean ass linebackers. I forget who they are.
Oh, it was like
Sanborn.
I don't know their names, but they were fucking mean and they hit hard, bro. And we kept running slants into their linebacker. So I'm the slot receiver. I'm running literally 3 steps ahead and then literally into their linebacker for some reason instead of checking out to a hitch, which is what we started doing at the end of the game. So I run it. Stanley throws me into this guy. So I'm like putting my arms out a little bit, which is just like open for this linebacker to like just eat me up. He lit me up. I'm on the ground. He knocked the wind out of me. I'm like, like can't breathe. And then the kid is like talking shit in my face as I'm getting up. He's like, he said it. This is the weirdest someone's ever talked shit to me. He was like in a baby voice. He was like, "Oh, you got to go see the doctor on the sideline," something like that. I was like, "What the hell, dude?" Sprinted off the field, and then they threw the ball to Coop the next play. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Stan,
What play was that?
You caught like a bubble.
Oh, Tyrone blew his block, bro. I had a
Yeah.
touchdown. That's horse shit. Yeah, dude. I gave Tyrone shit for that for like so many years, like for years.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. I mean, those. I don't even know if I got hit hard in a game. Like in a game, I usually fell down, or
What, before you could get hit?
yeah, or I.
Yeah, guys are always making fun of people for like going down over the middle of the field. I'm like,
Bro,
you take this hit over the middle.
bro, I remember I was like one of my only tunnel screens. I actually got more than like 5 yards on my sophomore year.
Oh, that year?
Was it Maryland? Oh no, I think I got -2 on that. I caught it behind and I didn't get any yards.
Remember you like blew your hammy on the jet sweep freshman
That
year?
was like, yeah, that was. I was gonna say I either fell down and I didn't get tackled, or I pulled a hamstring or something.
You're moving that play though.
I was cooking, dude. I remember actually. Okay, side note, tangent. Before that game, my hamstring kept like giving. I'm like, that's not good. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm like wearing too tight of clothing. I thought maybe because I did a lot of layers on because I was like, it's cold, Indiana. So I go in, take my tights off, just have like nothing else but like socks and everything. First play, I get Coop going. I go out. I'm like, man, I don't feel good. Get out there, turn the corner, pop my hamstring, out for 3 weeks, come back, not good. But
you were out for 3 weeks then?
I was out for 3 weeks, came back, Northwestern, tore my ACL.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was the worst day of every Hawkeye's life.
Oh, dude.
Cool. One time freshman year, though, we were like, it was Wisconsin, end of the game. We call like Atlanta. We have Noah Fant out there, TJ Hawkinson out there.
Oh,
you're out there.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Stanley's throwing you a fade ball, though. He chose you over Noah Fant, TJ Hawkinson.
No, that was Northwestern. That was the same game I tore my ACL.
No, that was definitely Wisconsin.
I have a picture of it. There is a picture
positive
on the internet of me.
Bro.
Nico, listen to me.
I don't care what you have to say. It was Wisconsin too.
It was not Wisconsin.
If
you look up my name, you look up Max Cooper, Iowa. It is a picture of me. They threw a fade to me, and the guy popped it out of my hands in the corner of the end zone. That's Northwestern.
All right, fine.
They always posted that picture. I did not catch that ball. It's such a bad like that. I'm like, why? That's such a bad look.
Anyway, though, Stanley is choosing White Lightning over fucking Noah Fant and TJ Hawkinson. That's a pretty good. That's a squad.
There was a reason Fant had just run a fly. TJ was out for some reason. And they go, who? They literally go, who do we put in? And I'm like sitting next to coach, and they go, Coop. And I'm like, all right. I remember I was someone said like get ready to go in, and I'm like, damn, like I'm tight. 'Cause it was a cold game. And I'm sitting there, like trying to like stretch. I'm doing like high knees. I get on the bike super fast. I'm doing like quick like 20. And I was thinking, I'll go in. I run a fade route, and I thought my hamstring was gonna pull in that play. So okay, we got way off tangent. Oh, hardest hit ever. OJ under the lights practice. It was during camp, my freshman year, when we had a scrimmage. No one was there. I got a jet sweep. He came off the corner. I remember like it felt, when people get hit so hard in like movies, where like they hit them and they spin like sideways and lose the ball and just looks like they're lifeless in the air. It felt like that, but I'm pretty sure I just got hit and went down in a normal hit. But like when
You know what I'm thinking of?
bro, I got up and I go, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? Like, I was 165 pounds.
Dude, what about when Trey Creamer just like lit you up for no reason? I forgot about that until you just started telling that story. You had that video?
Yeah, it's in the group chat.
What?
What happened to Trey Kramer?
He transferred somewhere, but this play that Nico's talking about was like absurd. And it was so absurd to the point where it was like, okay, that's a penalty. But I looked like a huge wimp, in better words, because I'm running. I was running a wheel route or something like that. And like
bro. That's why I need to find it right now.
Instead of like running down, like keep my head down and running like a spot to get open, I like turned and was running with my the ball is coming over my shoulder, but it hadn't even left the quarterback's hands. And Trey Creamer just depleted me. Like when I tell you I'm running and a cornerback just comes out of nowhere and depletes me when the ball hasn't even been thrown. I was so confused when I got up. And I remember the first thing that happened in my head, besides the fact I'm like, that sucked. I looked like an idiot. And then instantly I go, this is going to come up in film, and we're going to rewind this probably 3 times because everyone's going to laugh at it. That's exactly what happened. It was tough, man. There's a lot of videos. Nico used to post shit. There's this picture of me.
Oh, I have one of you, dude.
There's a picture of me.
I think it's from a year ago.
I muffed a punt or something like that in like practice.
Yeah, dude, it's literally from it's 3 years ago.
My hands are like this.
Is it
and the ball is like it's the most uncoordinated. Dude, whack.
Can you see that? Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's me and Nick had some good times out there. Our receiver room was elite. Like all 5 years I was with Nick. I wasn't even that close with Nico until I don't know.
The second year, probably once you broke up with your girlfriend and stopped going home every weekend, we started to become boys.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Who was talking about 1-for-1 Fortnite on here? Because my dad watches all these. He like literally was like laughing hysterically about 1-for-1 Fortnite.
I think it was Spencer. It was Spencer.
Because
your dad texted me after that, and he literally just texted me and said 1-for-1 Fortnite. And I'm like, where did he hear that from?
Me and Spence had to play beer pong against Coop, and like if we won, then there would be no more one. It would be 1-for-1 Fortnite and not 2-for-1 Fortnite. Like whenever we would play, Coop would get 2 turns and we would each get 1.
Here's the only child.
It's a skid think he is, bro.
This is where the only child argument came up was after that situation was because
my God.
I would play 2-for-1 Fortnite, which would mean if I died, I just hop right back in, wouldn't give anyone a chance. And this was on someone else's.
Imagine doing that in college though with your friends. Like, what the fuck?
This was not on my.
They're watching you.
Yeah.
It was on I think it was on Spencer's Xbox, and he's like, "Bro, it's my Xbox." I'm like, "I don't care."
Dude, what dorm were you in, Forrester?
Catlett.
You ever been in Peterson before?
Oh yeah. Well, so when you guys broke Kramer, he was the first guy that I met in Peterson.
What'd you say? It kind of like
Trey Kramer?
Yeah, Trey Kramer was the first guy I ever met in Peterson Hall, like who wasn't one of my friends from home. It was hilarious.
Dude, he was hilarious. He was so funny.
He was funny. You know how they had like study rooms at the end of each side?
Mm-hmm.
So like me and Coop's, I early enrolled, so I was in the dorm with Coop for like half of a year.
This story.
So Ryan and Coop lived next to me, and I would always like Ryan one day asked me to hang out with him. I'll rewind a little bit. Me and Spence got here together, and we had like no friends, right? Like we were seriously like depressed. We were like, this place sucks. None of these guys are like making friends with us. Like we were going to like restaurants by ourselves. We would like literally cry to each other like about how we wanted to go home so bad. Finally, Ryan asked me to be his friend, so I started becoming friends with them. Except every time he would go to Coop's room to hang out, he wouldn't be there. So we would go looking for Coop, trying to find him. So you'd walk, and Coop would always be like in his same spot. He would either be in the study room, or there was like a little ledge. Like, remember you used to like sit on that little ledge by the window with your little laptop, and you'd FaceTime your girlfriend and shit.
It was very notebook. It was very notebook-esque.
I swear I have a video of Coop like blowing a kiss on FaceTime to his girlfriend or something. Like you're doing.
There's a video of me like kissing the camera.
Yeah, you're kissing the camera, bro.
He's a lover. He's a lover,
man. Oh my god.
That was dude. That was it sucked because like that was me and Ryan actually talked about this. Ryan got really close with you guys.
Yeah. You wasted a year of friendship.
I did waste a year of friendship. I didn't hang out with you guys enough.
It's on you.
Every time they'd come into my room, I would just leave to go like FaceTime. Or like I was just I was
man.
And if I was so homesick. I was homesick too. Only I was like 4 hours away. You were
literally a drive away crying. You're a fucking baby.
I'd be like in tears, like I don't want to come home, man. It was.
Coop, have you ever told your story about missing work or like waking up hella early and like thinking?
Oh my gosh, I haven't told that story.
I feel like the people would love that.
Okay, that's a good story. Good call. All right, Forrest, I don't know if I've told you this. This is actually hilarious. This is whack. So I woke up. Here's my usual day by day. Like this. Wait. Every morning would go like this. We had a kid named Duco living in our room.
We gotta start over for a quick second.
Okay.
If you missed a lift when you first got here, like it was like the end of the world, bro. Like you felt like your world was ending. I missed once, and like I was literally scared to run out there because I didn't want to get yelled at, right? Like conditioning was terrifying when we were freshmen. Okay, go.
It was terrifying because, like Nico said, if you missed it, you had to run out. Like, for example, usually Coach Doyle would be at the other end of the field. So you'd walk in. Every group would split up in a skill semi or line. Every group would be in a different corner.
Everybody would see you.
Everyone saw you walk in. Everyone's like, "Where's Nico?" Like everyone knew who was missing because the coach would be like, "Anyone know where Nico is?"
Yeah. They got like a little clipboard that they cross off everybody.
They'd be like, "Fuck it, let's start it," and then we'd be like, "Oh shit!" So we'd be in like groups, and Nico, like if you were late. First off, the wake up. I never was late, and this is like my biggest fear. So like I made sure I wasn't late. Nico would have to make the run down to the other side of the indoor field to say something to Coach Doyle, and they would like Coach Doyle wouldn't even say. He'd just be like, "Yeah, we'll meet you indoor prowler." And like you would push a prowler with no weight on it, like it was super low, so it's almost like you're like bent over pushing it, like a bear crawl almost, just as long as until he said like stop, and which was like 15, 20 minutes, but like. That wasn't even the bad part. It was just the fact that you had to run over there in front of everyone and be like, hey. And he's like, go on the indoor. It's like, shit. That was like everyone's worst. When I tell you every freshman's worst fear, when you see someone the first time miss or late for a lift, it is the scariest feeling for that person.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like my worst fear. So like, for example, I would go to bed. I was a weirdo with my like alarm clocks to the point where I set like 10 alarms on my phone in the morning. I would text my parents because I text my parents every morning when I woke up, like morning. What's up, guys? Morning. And at the time I had a girlfriend, I'd text her good morning too. And then I actually got to the point where I'd put an alarm on my laptop too, but that was like for like a week. I'm like, this is weird. I probably shouldn't do that. So one morning I wake up. Ryan's my roommate. We have bunk beds. We're across the room. We had this kid named Max Duco sleeping below me. He was sleeping for like a month just on our futon. Alarm wakes up. Actually, take it back. Alarm did not wake up. I get out of bed. I'm like, oh shit, got to get up. I got out of bed. Ryan's sound asleep. Duco's sound asleep. And I'm thinking, okay, this is weird. I'm never like the first one out of here. We're usually like kind of up at the same time. I get down. I'm putting my clothes on. It's cold out. I open the door, and like I'm a chapstick fiend. Like I'm pretty sure I'm addicted. And if I don't have chapstick, my lips get super chapped really fast. Everyone, like all my friends know that I used to get chapstick for my birthday from my friends. Just a thing. I realized I forgot my chapstick. I open the door. Ryan wakes up and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I forgot my chapstick." Grab it, walk out. Those guys are still sleeping. I go down, take the elevator down to Peterson. The person at the front desk in Peterson's sleeping. I'm like, this is weird. And mind you, I woke up, texted my parents, texted Maddie, my girlfriend. Bleep that out. I'm not putting her name on this podcast.
She's going to watch and you see it.
58:30. Don't care. Don't want people to know that. I'll text it to you for sure. 58:30.
Keep going. Just keep going.
I go outside. Every moped's still in the parking lot. I'm delusional. It's like early in the morning. Like you're not thinking when you say early in the morning. But I did think this is weird. Like the guy that was asleep at the front desk, every moped's here. Whatever. I hop on my moped. I'm driving in the streets, and I'm telling you, there's like fog over the road. I feel like I'm in a movie, like a scary movie. Not a car on the road. I pull into the facility, and like when you first pull in, there's a little parking lot in front of the track stadium. And I'm like, not a car here. This is a little weird. But I see a light on upstairs, like in the facility. I'm like, okay, cool. And you turn a right where like all the parking is. In the back, there's a circle drive where everyone parks their moped. Not a soul there. Not a car there. Not a moped there. No one. And I'm like sitting there on my moped in the middle of this street. And I'm looking around. I'm just like no one's in this parking lot. No one's in the hospital parking lot. What the hell is going on? So I pull my phone out, and it's 3:00 in the morning. I didn't wake up to an alarm. I had texted my parents and my girlfriend, "Good morning." Didn't look at the time and realize, oh my gosh.
Maddie.
Yeah. Bleep. Minute. Didn't realize that I had been just drive my moped at 3:00 in the morning to go to. We didn't have workouts till 2.5 hours later. Drove home, hopped in my bed, slept for another 2 hours, woke up. Weirdest thing. It was, dude. And then we also had another guy who said that they drove their moped to the facility one time, which I do not believe that. But
just ended up with a DUI.
Dude,
I mean, you know what I was thinking about a couple days ago was when we went to dinner with Beast and we went through all like the Simp of the Week shit. We used to like make a Google Doc and vote on each other, and we would like every time someone did something simpy during the week, we would send it in the chat, and we would literally make a Simp of the Week, and like Padilla would make a whole like collage of them, or Ryan. It was funny as hell.
It was whack. So we'd had like it was just our friend group, and this was like actually whack.
Who wanted the most?
Bro, like Coop was on a date one time, and like we all showed up to the date, and like pulled our phones out and like are taking videos of Coop.
Like not exaggerating. I am with this girl at Basta, and every single guy walks in. It's 6 dudes.
Who was the girl?
Like, shut up. We can't name drop on this pod.
Was it Audrey?
Name dropping pod. Yes. Leave that a minute. Fucking. You knew exactly who it was.
Yeah, I know.
That's Spencer. Yeah, dude. I remember one time because that like no one else did that to anyone else. I was the only person who got walked in on at a date. Like
you were the only guy going on dates.
Bro, like they would walk in, they took a picture of me, they sent in the group chat, and they go, caught. And then like at the end of the week, we'd a poll and it was like, who is Simp of the Week? And then like we'd vote on Simp of the Week. We did this for probably
8 weeks, 9 weeks, probably
9 weeks.
Yeah, it was
we also made every single person have their location on their phone.
Mhm. So we would just like run up on everybody.
Everybody, bro.
Blast.
Spencer was on a date at a coffee shop, and
Yeah,
I remember
you got him back.
me and Ryan were in there, and Ryan's like, "Don't do it." I'm like, "What do you mean, don't do it? You guys all ran on me." So I walked in and I acted like I was on a phone call.
Yeah.
I walked past him like this, and I'm like, "Oh, what's up, Spence?" I went like this, and Spence, like you can see him in the video, "What the?" And then like I like fake went to the bathroom, came back, and I just walked out, and I had the video. Like the girl's like, and then like the worst part is you have to explain to the girl what just happened. It's like, yeah, we have this thing like simp of the week. If you get caught doing like simpy stuff, you get voted simp of the week. It was bullshit.
Just
Yeah,
a
it was
simp.
funny stuff. Dude, one of them said something like Riley's thing was did ball sack pizza and mine was 8 ball sack pizza. You remember that shit, bro?
What?
So Nico, you're only 49 receptions away from the all-time record. Are you going to count it?
Yeah, I feel like during the game they should have like a countdown thing like LeBron kind of had. You know what I'm saying? That's what I envision it as.
You might get it first game.
Yeah. No, I mean, just gotta do the little things, catch every ball that comes my way this year. Whatever happens, happens. As long as we win, I'll be happy. And just gotta do my job. But
Dude,
man.
You have to go down as the receptions leader. Your name already is like one of the coolest plays, right? Like your legacy is solidified.
Yeah.
But you go number 1 on the charts.
Right. I feel like they may have to put a little bit of an asterisk next to my name though, considering I did like 6 years of college. Except if they don't put that up there, then maybe nobody will know in like 20, 30 years, right? No one will know.
You got injured though.
Yeah, right. We'll just say that I missed a year, came back, caught some balls. Nobody will know it took 6.
Mm-hmm.
We'll count it.
No, you'll be good. You'll be fine.
You know what you got to do is just tape. You got to write the number 50. 50 breaks the record, 49 ties it. You got to write the number 50 on a piece of tape and just put it over Cade's name.
Wait, is this yards?
Huh?
You'll be the all-time yards leader?
No.
It's receptions.
Yes.
It's 50 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your goal should be like get that within the third quarter of the first game.
You realize it's not yards, right?
You're about 1,500 yards away.
Yeah.
Well, that works out perfectly then. So if you get 50 receptions the first 3 quarters of the first game, you should be damn near 500 yards.
Like, are you making a joke or are you being for real?
I don't know.
Can't tell if you're like understanding because you said like yards.
We're breaking the yards, right?
No. I'm breaking the. Are you joking?
I know.
Okay, I couldn't tell, bro.
I know you're breaking the reception average yards per reception.
Laporta's 5th all-time receptions.
Laporta is?
Yeah,
Laporta's a beast.
He is a beast.
Man, that's
none
awesome.
of them tight ends though, dude.
Yeah, it's got to be in receiver's
It's a receiver year.
Yep.
Receiver year, sure.
So 2023 is
year of the receiver.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Year of the reception leader.
Give us your prediction for this season, personal and team.
All right, we'll go with team first. You know, guys, you guys see John Morant's interview a couple weeks ago?
No.
Something about the West?
Yeah, you know what he said?
He said the West is easier, something like that.
He said, I'm fine in the West. He said, I'm fine in the West. Big Ten West is shit's fucking nothing. I'm fine in the West. And we'll see Michigan in the fucking Big Ten championship. Clip that shit right there. No, yeah, it should be yeah, we talked about like our goal can't just be to win the Big Ten West. Like that has to be like our expectation this year. So if we're like sitting here like we gotta like shit has to be like ours to take. Like we gotta walk into every game with a big pair of fucking balls and like out tough every single team we play every single game. And it starts off with the 3 out of conference games, but then we get right into the mix like Penn State week 4 at Penn State. It's a night game and it's gonna be like their all whiteout game, which will be like insane to play in. And that'll be like our first Big Ten test. And we'll see what it goes from there. And then myself, dude, the most touchdowns I ever had in a year was only 2, which is some sorry ass numbers. So this year I'm going all out. I got to get in the end zone a couple times this year, more than 2. I'll be happy with.
Is it 3?
What he said? Am I gonna be happy with 3? No. We're gonna get like. It's gonna be above 5. We're gonna get in there. I'm gonna break some tackles this year, juke a little bit, and then every ball that's thrown my way, the more balls you catch at the beginning, the more balls that'll come the whole season. So I just gotta look everything in, do everything the right way, catch everything, tuck it, get the first down, get Kate to trust me as much as I possibly can, and then we'll be all set.
2023.
Yeah,
You're in the receiver.
You're the receiver, man. The Iowa receivers.
The reception leaders. The juking. I got nothing. Yeah.
Dude, you could be the Penn State killer. Is that gonna be a whiteout?
Ooh, it is. Torrey, like I guess Torrey Taylor is friends with the Penn State punter. He said he texted him and told him that their coaches let them know that the Iowa game there will be the all-white game.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've never like the
Cooper
first.
going.
Yeah, that'll be a cool game. Like so, my freshman year, Coop's second year here, we played at Penn State, and it was like a storm. So like there weren't that many fans, and then
It was
next one we
COVID.
played there, yeah, it was COVID, so there were no fans then. So I've never got to play at Penn State when it was like popping. And then like I played at Michigan my redshirt freshman year, but that's like a bunch of old people in the stands. Like it's not like rowdy.
Mhm.
And then I played at Ohio State, Ohio State was pretty like when we drove up to it and we saw it, everyone was like, holy shit, this place is huge. But then it wasn't like young college people in there going crazy.
Mhm.
But Penn State is like young college people like going crazy, like in atmosphere. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I told the story when Joe Evans came on, but I went to the Ohio State game.
Mhm.
I have a picture. I don't know if I sent it to you of your family. Like you had a ton of family members.
Yeah.
Again, that
Uh-huh.
game, and
Some of my
then
boys came.
yep, Lachey had a ton as well.
Yeah, Lachey had a squad too.
Yeah, that was a very cool game. But when Joe Evans scored the touchdown, I was grabbing beer in the concourse,
Uh-huh.
and it was so loud. I thought it was Ohio State who scored. Come out, I was up 7-0.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a rough one. That was not
Penn State whiteout is a fan's bucket list item. I cannot imagine being a player in that.
Yeah, you got to make it out there.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Mark your schedule.
Yeah. And then we got no Michigan, no Ohio State. We play Michigan State though. I think
At home.
Are you telling me or asking me?
No, it's in Kinnick.
At home. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So Big Ten has got to be that's our expectation for the year. It's either win or bust.
I love it. Love it. Playoffs next year.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Playoffs, like we got the defense always. Listen, maybe I'm just like delusional, but our defense is always like the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we could just put up a couple points a game. Like
maybe
nothing crazy. I'm not saying 40 points. What
25 is the number.
Yeah,
thrown around.
25. Let's do 25 points. We're looking pretty good. I'm not. Listen, I'm all good with the 25. I'm saying we're getting 25 game. That's it. And then you'll see us in the national championship. If we put up 25 points a game, you'll literally see us in the national championship. Or you'll see us in the playoff, right? Let's not get fucking crazy here. We'll win some fucking games if we put up 25 points. Dude, with
That's
this
right.
we got. That I'm not gonna. We'll say that.
I can't wait. This is gonna be an electric season.
Yeah.
It's time to start getting hyped up again for football.
Mm-hmm.
Fire up.
It is, dude. I'm getting bored. Except I could go with no more spring ball. No more. Yeah, that's gonna be a little tough, but you got to do it. Just five games hitting your own guys with no game after is no fun. Especially when you're old. It's your 6th year doing it. It's like, I'm hoping they don't put me in too many drills and let me save my frail old body. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well be wearing a diaper out there. You're probably shitting your pants every hit you get.
I know, dude. I got tackled today in skills and drills. I'm like, they literally just been tackling me for 6 years. I'm like, tackle somebody else, bro. Somebody rolled up on my ankle. I got fired up for a second. I was like, let me just relax, dude. He apologized after he helped me up. I'm like, then don't fucking roll my ankle. Just tag off on me. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Those youngins, man.
Those youngins.
All right. Well, that's Nico Ragaini. Ragaini.
Yep. Get it right. Add a little bit of spice.
That's right. That's right. Got to put the Italian emphasis in there. Nico, thanks for coming on. Now you have to come on always.
Yeah, every week. Let's do it. Every Tuesday.
You're a text away.
Mm-hmm. Coop will make steaks, make us all late again, and then we'll do the pod.
Just to let you know, those steaks were phenomenal.
Yeah. Nice.